What's up guys, RGT85 here, and today on the channel we're taking a look at a game that is coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch very soon, and that is a game called Torchlight 2. Now, looking at this game, you can see one thing. It kind of looks like Diablo, and that's with good reason. The company behind this game actually used to work at Blizzard and worked on games like Diablo. They went ahead and formed their own studio, hired some more people, so there's definitely a very heavy Diablo 3 influence in this game. But I think this is a game that's coming out in the month of September that not a lot of people are talking about. It was actually very popular on the PC when it originally released back in 2012. Some people actually liked it more so than Diablo 3, so I thought it was a game worth checking out. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, this is a sponsored video by the company behind this game, but as with any dedicated sponsored video, if the game looks like trash, I'm not going to take it. If the game just looks like something I wouldn't be interested in, I'm not going to take it. And really, I wasn't too super interested in Diablo style games before really delving into Diablo 3 on the Nintendo Switch last year, and I realized, hey, I kind of like these sort of games, so I was looking forward to checking this game out, and for the most part, I think this is a really solid game. If you're a fan of games like Diablo 3, I think you're really going to enjoy this game. So the way this game starts out is basically there is an alchemist, and the alchemist destroys this town called Torchlight, and now you are fended with the quest of having to track down and kill the alchemist. The alchemist is going through some sort of sickness, he's looking for a cure for it, and basically it's your run-of-the-mill sort of story in these sort of games. I never really get heavily invested in hack and slash game stories, just because really you're here for the gameplay and the customization, and there is a lot of customization in this game. So you can see right now I'm in like a main sort of hub area, and there are various main hub areas that you unlock as you play throughout the game. When you're in these hub areas, you can basically pick up new weapons, you can do things like gem synthesis as you pick up gems along the way that you could then put into your items that give them different sorts of abilities. Like if you pick up a fire gem and put it in your sword, then your sword will have fire abilities. But really, customization is key in this game. There are 4 different classes that you have, and then you can sort of customize those classes as you go along throughout the game. So I'm going to pull up the inventory menu here, and you can see there's a lot of stuff on here, and that could be a bit overwhelming, especially for people who aren't super well versed in games like Diablo. You know, I sort of had a bit of a learning curve when playing this game, just kind of figuring everything out. But you can see here you have 2 different hands, so you can use 2 different weapons. You can have different things like different armors, you have different gloves, different belts, and of course all of these different items have different abilities. You know, there's strengths to them, there's weaknesses to them, there's melee weapons, there's magic weapons, there's guns in the game. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do. In the bottom corner you can see we have our character that is customized. We are currently level 18. We've got some gold, we've got some fame. You get fame by killing like big monsters in the area, and that helps you level up throughout the game. If the game goes up to a level 100, I believe, with all of your characters, you can actually have multiple character save files as well, so that's pretty cool. And of course there are quests. There are main quests and there are side quests. Right now we just have some general quests as we've just gotten to a new area. We have 3 quests that we're currently taking under. You could basically turn them off and on so that there's sort of direction going on in the quest. And then you have your skill tree. There's a bunch of different skills that you can get and unlock as you play throughout the game, and these are basically like your magic attacks. So you could do different things like get different abilities and get different attacks that you have going on. Then you have your stats, of course, which you upgrade as you upgrade your character. You can see here there's all sorts of different stuff here that's going on, all sorts of crazy stuff that you have going on. And you also have a pet. Now this is what kind of makes the game interesting, is the pet system. Basically the way the pet works is that you have this pet and you can customize this pet. You can have them do different things. They help you in battle. You can upgrade them as well. And then you have your bindings. Now once again, this was something that took me a little bit to get used to, but basically your bindings is how you play and control the game. The game actually doesn't have any sort of control scheme that you can change up or anything like that. I remember looking for the controls and I was kind of like, where the hell are the controls? Because it doesn't do that. Basically you just bind different things like your different skills, your different potions, so that way you can use them in a quick sort of manner. And that's basically how the inventory system in the game works. Like I said, this is a town main hub area where you get things like different quests, and you could visit different shopkeepers and things like that. You could buy different things like the identity scroll, or the identify scroll, which will help you identify weapons that you pick up in battle, a waypoint scroll, which will actually allow you to transform from different areas. So if you're stuck in the middle of a battle, you're kind of underleveled, you want to go back to the main town, you could throw one of those down and then get back to the main town. But really, I've talked enough about this game. I'm going to overlay some footage of some of the stuff that I've done previously that I've recorded. Let's just sort of get into a mission so you can see sort of how the overworld works and all of that sort of stuff. Now, I do want to mention that at the end of this video, I will be talking about a giveaway for this game. They actually gave me a bunch of different codes for this game to give away for the Nintendo Switch version of the game. So I will be doing a giveaway. I'll give you some details about that at the end of the video. So make sure you stick around for that. But let's just get into the action and I can show you guys how this game plays and how this game works. And you know, it it's definitely a Diablo style game. It's hack and slash. You're picking up different forms of loot. You're picking up gold. You're picking up different items. You're selling different items. But I think it works well, and I think the Nintendo Switch version of this game is actually pretty impressive. This was done by Panic Button, who of course we know for games like Doom and Wolfenstein. Of course, the developers of this game actually have released another game on the Nintendo Switch called Hob. I actually played a little bit of Hob. I didn't have a chance to do like a full video or talk about it, you know, super in depth or anything like that. But Hob was actually a pretty cool game as well. But yeah, so this is the overworld area, and you can see now we are in battle. And basically your pet is helping you in battle. And like I said, if you look at the bottom right or left-hand corner of the screen, you can see that we have all of our different stuff mapped to the buttons. So we have on the L trigger, we have different potions. On the R trigger, we have a mana potion. We have different attacks and things like that. And that's sort of how you do it. The red is your life bar. The blue is your mana bar as well. The bar on the bottom of the screen is your XP. So of course, as you're playing the game, you're constantly getting more XP and you're constantly leveling up your characters. You can also find different missions out here when you're just sort of exploring in these areas to sort of get more missions. You kind of have to grind a bit in this game, which, you know, is pretty standard for one of these styles of games, but you definitely have to grind. You definitely have to make sure your characters are the proper level. My character right now is a level 18, and we're sort of in an area that's supposed to be for like level 20 characters, but you can pretty much hold your own as long as you have different potions and things like that, and it does help you level up quicker so that you can get into the missions and into the bigger areas. I will say that these areas that you go in are pretty diverse, and the mission variety is pretty diverse as well. There's a lot of different enemies that you come across. There's a lot of different characters that you come across as well, and a bunch of different mission types. You know, I did some really cool mission where I was like on a ghost pirate ship, and I had to, you know, find a certain character and kill him. There's different things like fetch quests where you have to go into a dungeon and find different items and things in the dungeon, and all the dungeons are actually randomly generated as well. So I think that's pretty cool. It really sort of gives more replay value to this game because I think people like that sort of thing when it comes to Diablo style games. That's what makes Diablo style games so addictive, is just the fact that you can constantly play them over and over again. There's so much stuff to explore and there's so much stuff to unlock. Now this game actually has a pretty sizable single player campaign. I've really just started to scratch the surface with it. I probably put about 10 hours or so into the game so far, and, you know, gotten some of the missions done and just sort of explored this world and learned about this world. Now this game actually does offer online multiplayer as well, and it actually works very good. I played online with Wood. We played a couple rounds. You know, I went into his world. There's an invite system. There is native voice chat in the game as well, so you don't need the voice chat app like you did with Diablo 3. You could just talk straight into the game. So I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really well done. It's very easy to set up an online game as well. You could sort of see, okay, so now we've reached level 19, so I can show you guys the leveling system. So basically now we have different skills that we can upgrade. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this, as I do that a lot, and we can upgrade our different stat points as well. So basically you have things like attacks, you have your health, your vitality. So let's go increase that a little bit. And of course you can see that you could stack things as well by basically using the items that you're using. In the inventory system, you know, you have your different weapons and things like that. It shows you what weapons are stronger. So like the fighting sword you see there. Now I would use the fighting sword because it's a stronger weapon, but it's only a one-handed weapon, and I like having the two blades at my disposal because I feel like it works a little bit better just for my play style. Now as far as attacking and enemies and things go like that, you can see that the combat is pretty seamless, and you know, it runs at a good frame rate. One thing is, you notice how it goes to like a sort of red area. That's sort of your targeting. So it doesn't really have a standard targeting system in which you choose the target. It's basically how you look at the target. Now one thing I'm not a super huge fan of, let me kill this guy real quick. Get out of here. Get out of here. One thing I'm not a super huge fan of is there is no camera control in this game. The right analog stick will actually zoom in though, which I kind of like because you can see sort of the characters and you can see the world in more detail around you. So I like that. I like that ability to be able to zoom in, but I do miss the ability to sort of control the camera fully because I like doing things like that. You know, sometimes you get a weird camera angle. It really isn't a huge deal. It's not something that really messes up for the most part. You know, you could see where you're doing. There's little areas where it'll show you sort of an overlay of the character that you're fighting against, the enemy in your area. But I do wish there was some sort of camera control with the game. But really, other than that, I haven't had any major issues with the game. You know, it does have a bit of a learning curve. There is a lot of grinding, and you know, the lack of a camera control is a bit annoying, but I think things like the online multiplayer, and see, we actually just like discovered something here. We discovered a mini side quest, and we just saved these people, and now, oh god, these dudes are attacking me, and I'm almost dead. All right, so let's let's get our stuff here. So he's giving us some items and of course some upgrades. So that's pretty cool. My inventory is full right now. I probably should have sold off a lot of stuff. And now we've come across a little camp here. So let's take out this camp. And that's one of the things I really like about this game is just the exploration that you have in it. You know, finding different things, finding out different areas, and then just sort of discovering these areas and, you know, finding different missions. And it's sort of like the missions that you tend to find in these areas are actually nice because they're not like super hard missions. You know, they help you level up a little bit. They give you some more insight into the world around you. So it's pretty cool stuff. Let's check out this big guy. And there's really big boss battles as well. I forgot to mention that. There are some absolutely massive boss battles. So you can see here, we're getting more missions. We're getting more quests from this character here. And let's pick this up. We'll use that for the for our pet. And now this dude is giving us something. Ooh, what is this Great Mall? That thing actually looks really cool. So I'm gonna have to clear out. I'm gonna have to clear out a little bit of inventory to use that. But yeah, so this is pretty much what the game is all about. If you like hack and slash style games, if you like loot-based style games, there's a bomb there. If you like hack and slash loot-based style games, I think you're really going to enjoy this game. And like I said, we are doing a giveaway of this game. So since YouTube sort of changed up their policies, I have to actually link it to a tweet. So in the pinned comment, there will be a tweet. You don't have to have Twitter to access the tweet. You just look up the tweet, you click the link, and you can go there. And basically, we're going to be doing a giveaway. I've got a couple different codes to give away for this game, along with some exclusive stuff. The little pet I have here is actually exclusive for pre-orders only. I have some of those too. So if you win a copy of the game, you will also get a copy of the pet. We're going to run the contest for about 2 weeks. Just click the link in the description box and the pinned comment down below, and that'll bring you to the tweet. You just sign up to enter to win, and then bada boom, you're done. So this is Torchlight 2. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this game. Is this a game that's sort of in your style? And will you be checking out this game in the month of September? And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Check out other videos on the channel. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.